Hello and welcome back. I'm Steve Rivers, drumming and percussion enthusiast, and today I am looking at some more of my favourite djembe grooves that I like to just sort of play when I'm jamming along, not doing necessarily anything very specifically West African, but one of my favourite sort of jamming grooves. So today we're going to look at this groove pattern which sounds like this. So it's basically going dun 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 dun. Like that. Or perhaps there's a couple of variations, which it could be like this, where I'm actually one of the tone beats, the first tone beat can become a bass, and it could be like this. Like that. Or if you want to apply a slap to it, we've got the slap would be dun 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 dun. So there you go. So that's what we are going to look at today. And so the next thing is I'm going to vocalize this rhythm. As you know, some of you know, I'm a great believer in finding ways of making the rhythm oral, vocalize it. That's a way of sort of internalizing, getting sort of sense of the sound, the feeling of the rhythm. And I'm also going to take the isolate some of the techniques, show them in isolation, and then look at putting them together. We're also going to have a little bit of an extra play-along practice part afterwards, where I'll take these isolated parts again and add them in, and then have everything all combined for the final result. So, first of all, what we're going to look at is we're going to vocalize it. So this rhythm here, I think I've showed a few versions, so let's look at this version here, which would be a tone. And actually, let's make that one a slap. What words will I put with that rhythm there? Well, I could have climb the ladder, climb the ladder, climb the ladder. But I'm not really feeling in a kind of a laddery mood, so let's find something else equally silly. And, well, I'll tell you what, I am in a bit of a PG Woodhouse mood at the minute. I'll be listening to Jeeves and Wooster. So, for that reason, I'm going to have this rhythm. It's going to be what the dickens, what the dickens, what the dickens, what the dickens. Okay, so if you don't know, P.G. Woodhouse, lots of tally-ho and I say, what of it, and all that. Okay, so we've got the what, the dickens, what, the dickens, what, the dickens, what, the dickens. Okay, so that's what it is today. It's a rhythm, an African rhythm with a P.G. Woodhouse twist. Okay, so now that we've got that rhythm, let's just sort of put that with a pulse, and let's go a tiny bit faster actually. I think we'll go about 100. Okay. This what the dickens, 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 what the dickens. Okay, oh, it's all fun, isn't it? Okay, alright, I'm not for one for these serious things. You have to have a bit of a laugh sometimes and come up with some silly words. Okay, so now let's look at slightly more serious stuff, and we're going to look at some of the coordination. So the main thing with this rhythm is that I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I started as a drummer and where I've got to now, okay? I am left-handed. I write with my left hand, okay? I started as a left-handed drummer, but I'm ever so sorry, left-handers. Let me just tell you, I am a bit of a traitor to the left-handers. I switched over to the other side. Dun, dun, dun. I did. So I am now what I would call a right-handed drummer. So what do I mean by that? It basically means is that if there are beats which are on the pulse, I would tend to be playing those on my right hand. And if there are beats which are often coming in before the pulse, I am likely to be using my left hand. That is not to say that my left wants to be a completely passive hand, but there is quite a lot of action probably happening on probably my right, was probably become a bit stronger. But with a lot of these rhythms, we need to find the other hand which doesn't feel quite so natural. We need to we need to really work on that hand being a little bit more assertive, because there are rhythms where we're going to need to use the other hand quite a bit. If you are just starting on playing djembe and you are a left-hander, it is an important thing to ask yourself, given that left-handers, we are outnumbered by the right-handers. If you are with a teacher, you need to ask yourself, are you going to completely reverse everything that a right-handed teacher is showing you? Or are you just going to say, I can't beat them, I might as well join them, and basically play what the right-handed teacher's doing with the right-handed hand on the pulse, okay? Let me just tell you, if you do decide to go at the right-handed teacher way, I don't see it as necessarily a loss. I see it as maybe an advantage, because you would be at a very early stage doing something which is a little bit counterintuitive to you. And I think that later on down the line, that may be to your advantage against the right-handers. That's the way I saw it. But for now, we just need to understand something. I am playing beats which are mainly on my pulse with my right hand, and my left hand, which has now become slightly the less, the more counterintuitive hand, that is the one where I'm having beats which are coming in before the pulse. Okay, so let's go back to the rhythm, and what we're going to look at, if we have what the dickens, like that, the bit we're going to look at is the dickens, okay? And that's the quite important thing. So this left hand is playing a bass, and we want to be very assertive with that hand. It might be that it just doesn't want to do it. Sometimes the right hand might say, hey, I want to do all those beats, and you get into a little bit of muddle. So this is the one where we may need to sort of work on it a little bit, okay? So this is where I would suggest you start practicing. So if you have the metronome going, the bass part of the left is before the pulse. Okay? I'm going to go a little bit slower. Let's go about that. Like that. Okay, so we got the Dickens, or I'm not going to say that one in words. 2, 3. Da, da, da. Okay, there you go. So you can hear the metronome saying the what just there, alright? So now we're going to put that bit in there, and I think what we'll do one round, leave a space, and then do another round. We'll do it like that, alternately, just to start with, get used to the coordination, and then we can get it completely looped up later on. Okay, so we've got this, we've got noticing I'm starting with, okay, about a beat further back from the Dickens. I'm going there, okay? So we got this. Okay, okay. And what begins, what begins, what begins, what begins. All right? So, to summarise, we've had this. Begins, begins, and what, and then we're going to put in the what, which is going to be my right hand, and we're going what begins, 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 begins. Okay, and now we want to put that into a slap. Okay, let me turn this off. So there you have it. All right, stay on the video with me, and the next section we're going to go into a little kind of play along practice, taking all those parts and putting them all together. I'll see you soon. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please make my day. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel Unbeatable Energy and share this video with your friends. I have lots of other djembe teaching videos on my channel, along with other videos of other percussion things that I play. So do check it out, and I look forward to seeing you next time.